Dozer and Jeff. Yeah, Jeff Boom, he says. So we're going to review comic books. There are major spoilers here. So if you ain't read them or don't care, don't listen in there. Wolverine number 7, that's a variant. Now, I missed number 6. The distributors messed up. I've ordered stuff the same way for months, but they said this month I ordered stuff differently somehow, which I didn't. Well, anyway, I missed Wolverine number 6, Red Hawk 4, and all the Gwenpools. Well, they sent me Gwenpools all except for cover A, so anyway, I'm upset about that. I tried to read this after 2 pages, but I put her down. I've got to borrow 6 from my brother Detour. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to move along here, right, Jeff? Jeff says move along. Next we have Superman Unlimited. All right, number 1. Now, this is a pretty cool story where Superman stopping a meteor made of kryptonite, he finds out, and it smashes it into the ground. So you get to relive some of the memories of Clark Kent, Superman. It's a good jumping on point for people. I think Dan Slott does a good job, but when Superman wakes up, now there's a city made of kryptonite. The city is all emerald, kryptonite colored. And Batman tells him the meteor had smashed him, and he only survived because of one reason. And in that moment, Superman starts glowing gold. So I don't know what's going on, but it's going to be crazy in the future. Jeff says keep on reading. Next, we have Red Hawk number 5. That is the John Boy Myers variant cover. I love John Boy Myers. So I missed number 4 because I said the distributor mess up. Jeff's upset about it, but he's not going to growl at you, okay? So, in this one, we see the Red Hawk in the beginning. He finally got his energy with that nuclear plant, and so he's Red Hawk again. So, Machine Head and Deathlock got caught by a Doombot. But Hawk is Red Hawk, and he is smashing stuff. Smashing Doombots, saves Machine Man and Deathlock, which I love that finally Deathlock is back in some comics. So they get a hold of some military support that comes to pick them up, but apparently they're under Doom's control, which pisses the Hawk off. The Hawk says, "We are at war with the world, man." All of a sudden, a ship shows up and shoots the Red Hawk with a special beam, and it turns him back into Thunderbolt Ross. So it doesn't look like Red Hawk, Machine Man, and Deathlock are getting out of Latveria anytime soon. All right, moving along. Jeff says keep on reading. Here we go. Gwenpool number 1, everybody. So this is a Guri Hiru variant cover. And in the beginning, the story starts out in a Weapon X facility. Apparently, Gwenpool, is X-31. So it moves along to a fighting scene where she's with Kate Bishop and Spider-Man, and Jeff is there. Jeff said he highly recommends this comic. It stars him. You need to read it because it stars Jeff. So anyway, Kate, Spidey, and Jeff are fighting Fing Fang Foom. All of a sudden, Gwendolyn Poole joins in, and she's smashed under the foot of Foom. All of a sudden, she gets just as big as him, because she can slide between the comic panels. You know how Gwenpool works. And she throws Fing Fang Foom way out into the sky. All of a sudden, they're attacked by some Deathlocks. Deathlock is back. Jeff is happy. It stars him and Deathlocks. So they're fighting the Deathlocks, and all of a sudden, one gets shot. Here, there's a new Gwenpool. She shows up. And she pulls her mask off. It's actually Gwen Stacy. Jeff said, I liked reading this one, man. All right, next one is Batman number 160, the A cover. Hush 2's going on, that Jim Lee cover. It's actually Jim Lee and Scott Williams, I think, and Alex Sinclair. But, all right, this is turning up. There's so much head play going on. Y'all know how Hush works. Like I said, major spoilers. Who'd have thunk it? Bane shows up with Damian, and Bane helps Batman. Yes, Bane freaking helps Batman. What is going on? Hey, Jeff don't know. He said, what the hell's going on, man? So, we don't know what's going on. The Red Hood seems to be working with Hush. And at the end, we get the Joker screaming, now 3 Robins are going to die. So this one's heating up. Jeff says, keep on reading, man. All right. Here we go. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. So this one, I was digging it. They brought Miles in. Miles is chasing his sister. You know, they got that card from the maker, if anybody's been following this whole Ultimate thing. And I guess his sister found the card, and they end up going into this Ultimate universe. So Spidey's looking for his sister. He ends up meeting up with Spidey and Spidey's son. And there's a joke made because Sam asks, Miles asks him if his name is Venom. So now he likes the name Venom. So Spider's son wants to take the name Venom. And it gets crazy, though, because in this universe, Spider-Man's the responsible one. While Miles keeps on plugging on looking for his sister, Spider-Man has to take his kid home and get some rest. So the world is upside down. Everybody seems to be looking for Miles because they think it's the maker. They see his time mark. And all of a sudden, Wasp and Pym show up from the new Ultimates. And there we go. We don't know what's going on next. Jeff says, keep on reading, man. The world to come. So, the world to come is about Wakanda. It's a future story told to the Dora Milaje from a man's point of view. T'Challa is old and he battles this new Panther. Well, the Panther is his kid, and the kid is young, and when he unmasks, you find out his kid is a white kid named Katima, and that's his son. So, they're race swapping everybody, and now the new Black Panther's son is going to be a white dude with dirty blonde hair. So, it's funny, a lot of Marvel stories here seem to be the best in the past and the future here, and in different universes. Now we got Imperial. That's that Scotty Young cover, everybody. Jeff says he likes Scotty Young. So, with Imperial, it's another galactic story. I'm really digging it. The Hawk's son dies on Sakaar. The Hawk is She-Hulk. And Brawn, which is Amadeus, they go there. They find some tomfoolery going on with the death of this kid. The Intergalactic Council meets. I guess apparently more of these leaders have died trying to do the treaty. Star-Lord ends up hiring Nova because Jason, his dad, needs someone that's going to figure all this out. They end up finding out where the poison came from, and it leads right to Wakanda. And a Wakandan troop shows up and shoots some of these guys. So Wakanda didn't show up to the council meeting. Right now, all hands are pointing at Wakanda. So the Kree, the Skrulls, Hulk is pissed. Everybody's going after this Wakandan. So Jeff says, keep reading, man. It's going to get exciting. My last book to review today, Ghost Rider vs. Galactus, and it's that A cover. Jeff's a big fan of this one. Jeff says, read this one, man. It is a one-shot, but it takes place in the 70s when Ben Grimm poses a question to Ghost Rider. Why can't you use your pen and stare on Galactus? So, Ghost Rider gets shot into space, uses his pen and stare on Galactus, and it doesn't work. So he decides, he's as big as Galactus in this story, by the way. He grows to the size of Galactus, and he's going to fight him and beat him. A Watcher shows up. There is some aspects of quantum physics and stuff like that in this, and you have to read it. Anybody who read it and want to come in and discuss it with me, it was really interesting. It was another fun story set back in time. So Jeff says this one was great, man. So thank you for joining Dozer and Jeff from Keystone Comic Den in Manheim, Pennsylvania, and we are reviewing comic books, man.